Stop wasting your energy looking for shortcuts. The harsh truth is, greatness demands you trust the process even when it feels pointless, boring, and impossible. That's what separates the winners from pretenders. Most people want the rewards, but run from the grind. The hook is simple: you can't outrun the struggle if you want to chase success. Either you trust the journey and work like hell, or you spend the rest of your life wondering why nothing ever changes. From day one, you'll hear every excuse in the book. People will tell you it's too hard, you won't make it, the system is rigged. That's bait for weak men. The process isn't about instant satisfaction, it's about relentless obsession and showing up when the world is sleeping. You need to be the person who does the work no one's willing to do. Get up earlier, grind harder, push pain further than anyone around you. Every setback, every silent night, every doubter fuels your next move. Winners don't pray for luck. They build it brick by brick every day. The process will test you. It will break you, frustrate you, and drag you to the edge of quitting. Here's the hook: the grind is the only place you find power you never knew existed. When you're exhausted, doubting, and the world feels heavy, that's the exact moment when most quit. You refuse to. You show up, put in the work, and prove to yourself that durability beats motivation every time. The process isn't designed to make you feel good. It's designed to see who's serious enough to sacrifice comfort for progress. Think about the legends whose names live forever. They didn't have more talent, they had more grit. They trusted the process when it felt pointless and worked twice as hard every time life pushed them back. You want glory, fame, and success. Work like hell when nobody's watching. When you fall, get back up. When victory feels miles away, dig in and double down. Champions are built in lonely hours, forged in invisible effort, and rewarded for battles nobody saw. Chasing greatness isn't about pampering yourself or avoiding hard work. The process eats lazy men alive and spits out those who refuse to be weak. The hook: every minute spent working, struggling, and fighting is a down payment on your future success. You may not see instant results, but every sweat-soaked hour is a seed for the victory waiting ahead. Winners keep moving, no matter the storm, setback, or sacrifice. Obsession wins, not luck. Most people waste years waiting for that magical moment, that lucky break, that spark of inspiration they think will drag them to the top. It's the worst lie society sells, the idea that success somehow chooses you if you wait long enough or wish hard enough. Here's the hook: success is never random. Victory only comes to those obsessed with the outcome and possessed by their mission. Luck is a byproduct of obsession, the relentless pursuit of progress day after day, no matter the circumstances. If you want to be legendary, you cannot afford casual effort. You need to be so fixated on your vision that nothing can distract you. No setback, no criticism, no easy alternative. Weak men let discomfort take them out of the game. Winners have tunnel vision, refusing to quit or compromise, regardless of what stands in their way. Every legend you admire started as an underdog and became obsessed with outworking everyone in the room. They stayed late, woke up early, tried one more time when failure said stop. Their secret wasn't luck, it was total obsession. While most chase comfort, winners chase obsession. Obsession is a force multiplier. You work harder, learn faster, adapt quicker, and rise higher than anyone counting hours or hoping for an easy solution. Obsession turns setbacks into drive. When you're obsessed, you hear no, and it means not yet. You see closed doors as new mountains to climb. You don't need anyone's approval. You need challenge, risk, and hard work. That's the hook. Obsession rewires your brain so you crave discomfort, lean into adversity, and demand more from yourself. Look at the world's best in any field. It's not luck that sets them apart. It's their refusal to let failure be the ending. Champions show up injured, tired, doubted, and isolated, but they keep showing up anyway. Obsession keeps them moving forward even when motivation dies. And here's another hook: motivation fades, but obsession is permanent. If you want explosive growth, you must be in love with the grind. Getting better every day is more rewarding than applause or awards. Luck is for gamblers, obsession is for winners. Obsession means you do the work when it's tough. You study when you're tired. You improve when nobody else cares. You want a different life. Don't count on fairy tales. Build your legacy brick by brick, powered by your relentless drive. When you're obsessed, you don't feel entitled to success. You're willing to pay the full price every day, Knowing each small step compounds until your competition can't keep up. Being obsessed means you raise the bar constantly, chasing bigger goals, breaking through mental walls. You never settle and you never rationalize mediocrity. While weak men wait for opportunity, you create it, attack it, and squeeze every drop of value out of it. That's why obsession wins, because it never quits, never makes excuses, and never waits for luck to show up. Legends are built in the hours others waste dreaming. Your obsession is the ultimate advantage. Leverage it, and you'll achieve what luck alone could never deliver. Obsession drives you to work harder, push further, and rise above setbacks with extreme focus. The men who accomplish the impossible are the ones who let obsession define their schedule, their standards, and their identity. The hook is clear. Luck is a fantasy. Obsession is a weapon. If you're not obsessed, you're not just at risk of failure, you're guaranteed to live life average. Get addicted to progress, make obsession your habit, and you'll eventually achieve the results the world calls lucky. Discipline is your greatest weapon, far beyond talent or fleeting motivation. In every field, the men who rise to the top aren't always the most gifted. They're the ones who show up when everyone else sleeps, who hold the line when pressure mounts, who keep building while others collapse. The secret ingredient isn't hidden in genetics or luck, it's in ruthless daily discipline. That's the hook. Discipline makes greatness inevitable, even on days when everything feels impossible. Talent will get you noticed, discipline will keep you winning. Motivation is fantastic when it shows up, but it's unreliable. It comes and goes with moods, whether other people or outcomes. Winners don't wait for good days, they manufacture progress even on the worst ones. Hard work is their religion, routine is their sanctuary. When you're disciplined, you create your own opportunities far beyond what casual effort will ever bring. Weak men blame their failures on lost motivation. Strong men make discipline non-negotiable. Discipline works in silence, out of sight, and away from applause. Legends are built during early mornings, late nights, and those long hours when no one is watching. The hook: you conquer the world not during your best moments, but through your smallest, most private commitments. Discipline ensures you take action every day. No matter how tired, how discouraged, or how tough life gets, you do the work, stick to the process, and keep moving forward always. Champions don't skip reps, don't cheat the grind, don't break their own word. Even the most talented are bound to lose if they lack discipline. That's the twist most refuse to admit. Natural ability might open a door, but discipline crushes it open, burns the excuses, and forges a way through every obstacle. It means your progress is no longer random. It's intentional, strategic, bulletproof. You become the kind of person who doesn't just start strong, but finishes stronger. Discipline is obsession in action. Look at the best in any field: business, sport, art. They aren't just working hard when it's easy, they're relentless when it's agonizing. That's the hook. Discipline kicks in when willpower fails, when everything hurts, and when quitting feels justified. You stick to your routines, keep your promises, and refuse to compromise. Every hour invested while others waste time is compound interest on your legacy. Discipline turns chaos into order, doubt into clarity, and setbacks into springboards. Weak men will try to sell you on shortcuts and hacks, promising quick results with minimal effort. The truly dangerous are obsessed with the basics, returning to their vision and their grind no matter how far they've come. The hook is simple. Discipline builds resilience, mental toughness, and reputation. Your habits become your identity, your word becomes law, and your results become inevitable. When you live by discipline, everything else aligns. Talent becomes accelerated, failures become lessons, long-term growth becomes automatic. If you want to be a winner, stop chasing motivation and start building discipline. When it feels pointless, when the crowds disappear, when the grind looks endless, double down. Make discipline your power. Tell yourself the honest truth: one disciplined day is worth 1,000 lucky breaks. The legends you watch weren't born with more. They built more because they stuck to their mission even when the world said stop. Talent fades, discipline conquers. That's how you separate yourself forever from the masses. Make it your weapon, and nobody will ever outwork or outlast you. That's the winning edge. Results need patience and sacrifice. The process of building something extraordinary is slow, brutal, and packed with setbacks that most people can't handle. Everyone wants to be a champion, But almost no one wants to grind for years in the shadows and risk failure over and over. That's the hook. If what you're chasing comes fast and easy, it was never legendary. You have to earn greatness by surviving the waiting game and outlasting everyone who settles for comfort. Patience is the secret currency most never learn to spend. The world teaches you to chase instant rewards, but the reality is that success demands endurance through seasons of silence and struggle. While everyone else is looking for shortcuts, you have to be obsessed with delay, trusting that every small piece of progress stacks up, even if the world isn't clapping yet. Weak men quit when the spotlight moves. Winners work for the outcome, not the applause. They know that every minute invested in the process is a deposit into their future victories. Sacrifice runs deeper than skipped parties or missed sleep. Champions sacrifice comfort, relationships, and sometimes their reputation to keep moving toward the goal. That's the hook. Greatness requires unpredictable trade-offs that the average person will never make. You won't always see the fruits of your sacrifice immediately. Sometimes you'll question your path, feel isolated, and lose confidence that your work matters. Those are the real tests. Every sacrifice makes you harder, sharper, and more driven. Proof that you belong in the arena, not on the sidelines. Results take so much time precisely because the journey refines you into what your goals require. Quick wins are easy to forget. Slow success builds empires. Life will throw curveballs, delays, and lost your way, hoping you'll cave and go back to average. Here's where patience is your hook. Enduring the grind when everyone else has gone home ensures you're the last man standing when the gate finally opens. If you rush, you slip. If you quit, you vanish. The disciplined and patient rise unchallenged. Notice how the world only wants your story after the results arrive. That's why sacrifice matters more than validation. Work for yourself, push for the mission, and accept that loneliness, rejection, and struggle make the prize real. Winners aren't afraid to fail and restart 1,000 times. They accept criticism, use it as fuel, and stay obsessed with delayed rewards. That's the hook separating weak and strong. Patience and sacrifice are uncomfortable, but they are the foundation of all greatness. Every legendary victory required sacrifices most couldn't stomach or even understand. You'll lose time, sleep, friends, and even old versions of yourself. But every step in the dark, every leap into the unknown pushes you closer to results worth chasing. Don't cheat the timeline. Working like hell year after year is the ticket to dominating the future. Champions invent patience as they go, never letting setbacks shake them out of the game. The world rewards only those obsessed with the long game and unapologetic about the pain. Remember, the real hook: results that last are earned, not given. If you break under pressure, you never deserved greatness. Commit to the grind, live by patience, and sacrifice everyone around you. Your day will come, not because you demanded it, but because you fought for it so long the world had no choice but to recognize it. Embrace every delay, and every loss is proof you're on the right track. Your patience and sacrifice speak louder than any burst of luck ever could. That's how champions win and stay on top. Ignore the noise and stay laser focused. The world was designed to distract you. Every day, critics, haters, and time wasters line up to drag your attention away from the mission. The hook: if you spend your energy defending yourself or chasing every opinion, you'll never have enough left to win. The difference between champions and casualties is razor thin. They focus like snipers, refusing to let anything fracture their resolve or hijack their grind. Success demands ruthless attention, and you must learn to block out everything that doesn't move you closer to your goal. The internet, friends, well-meaning advice. These are all weapons used against your mindset if you let them. Weak men get tangled in arguments, lost in social media battles, and derailed by rumors. The strong build walls around their ambition and treat their time and focus like sacred treasures. That's the hook. You don't owe explanations or apologies to anyone who isn't building what you're building. Let your results silence every critic. Champions trust their own vision. They listen to the right mentors, but ignore the chorus of doubters and trolls. They know most people live average lives precisely because they let noise dictate their actions. The grind isn't glamorous, it's viciously repetitive and lonely, which is why most bail at the first sign of resistance. You must be the exception: relentless, obsessive, unbending. Every distraction is a test. pass it, and your power multiplies. Laser focus comes from decision. Decide what matters to you. Once you set your target, throw away every TV show, gossip session, pointless debate, and indulgence that robs your time. Here's another hook: discipline in focus is harder than discipline in effort. Ambitious goals don't just require hard work, they demand hard choices. Saying no, disconnecting, refocusing, these are acts of war against mediocrity. The more noise you block out, the louder your inner drive gets. Channel every ounce of energy into the process and let your progress become your answer. Most people will try to sell you shortcuts. Block them out. They'll say your dream is impossible, too risky, or not worth the sacrifice. Ignore them. Noise is fear from outsiders who don't understand the hunger in your heart. You have to be numb to criticism and deaf to doubt. Winners don't seek permission. They build empires out of silence and decisions. Your daily work is proof you believe in yourself and your mission more than anyone believes in their excuses. Focus demands sacrifice. You'll lose temporary popularity and miss useless events, but you will gain permanent clarity. The hook: every person who ever became legendary mastered the art of focus, narrowing their world so only their goals remained. Distractions will multiply as you climb higher. Treat each as an opportunity to recommit, refocus, and outlast the noise. You'll be shocked how much progress is possible when you refuse to be pulled in 50 different directions. Make your plan, protect your vision, and move methodically. Noise will always exist, but your laser focus is your shield and your weapon. The world may talk, criticize, and distract, but only the focused are remembered, only the obsessed succeed, and only those truly deaf to the noise ever become legends. Tune it all out. That's how you win. Failure fuels. Most people do everything they can to avoid mistakes, to protect their ego from embarrassment or setback. That's why the majority never break out. They treat failure like poison, rushing back to safety at the first hint of pain. Here's the hook. If you're serious about achieving anything substantial, you must flip the script. The most successful men on earth hunt failure because they know it's just feedback, a tool for adaptation, and the best teacher money can't buy. Weak men internalize defeat and let fear dictate their future. Winners look at failure as a badge of honor, proof that they're playing the game at a level high enough to risk falling. The ones who conquer the most have fallen the hardest, and instead of hiding their scars, they wear them proudly. Each setback is an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. When you fall short, pay attention. The lesson is there. You see where the strategy snapped, the mindset faltered, or the routine cracked. Failure is the signal that something needs improvement, not abandonment. The hook: every time you fail, you're collecting crucial data about your limits, your blind spots, and your hunger. Those who learn from their losses compound their wisdom faster than anyone who always plays it safe. Face defeat head on and mine it for insight. Only then does progress become inevitable. If you hide from mistakes, you guarantee stagnation. Champions run at failure asking, what did I miss? How do I adapt? Which weakness do I need to attack next? That's why they're unstoppable. Think about the meteoric rises in business, sport, art. Every true winner survived public collapse, private agony, and repeated disappointment. The rest quit when it got tough, convincing themselves fate was against them. The men you admire didn't get lucky or special treatment. They just refused to let failure mean the end. They didn't bury their errors. They analyzed, rebuilt, and launched again, often bigger and more dangerous than before. The real hook: the more you fail, the more courageous you become. Every time you bounce back, you strengthen your discipline, sharpen your resolve, and grow the kind of confidence you just can't buy with comfort. Rejection, heartbreak, injuries, bankruptcies. These are wake-up calls signaling evolution, not execution. Treat every defeat as essential data, not as drama. Make failing forward your normal, and you'll have the edge that keeps surprising your competition. Failure also fuels resilience. Each setback roughs up your mental armor and challenges your willingness to persist beyond pain, doubt, and ridicule. Weak men break and blame circumstances. Winners expect adversity, lean into it, and thrive because of it. That's the reason top performers keep their moves secret, their focus unwavering, and their risk appetite huge. The more they fail, the sharper they get and the bigger they swing when opportunity shows itself. Never avoid challenges just because you might lose. The hook, the faster you fail, the faster you learn, and the faster you win. The world only remembers those who survived struggle, kept fighting, and kept getting up long after everyone else had surrendered. Make failure your mentor, accept its lessons, use its sting, and apply its wisdom immediately. That's where legends are born. The simple truth is, failure is not the opposite of success. It's the foundation for all greatness. Every winner is built from a pile of losses, not just a collection of wins. If you want the trophy, the legacy, and the respect, get comfortable with defeat and let it set you up for bigger, bolder wins. Let failure fuel you. It's the hook separating the average from the extraordinary, the timid from the titan. Show up and outwork everyone. This is the law of winners. Talent may open a door, but only unrelenting effort keeps you inside the room when everyone else has gone home. It's easy to talk about dreams, easy to outline goals, but the world doesn't reward ideas. It rewards obsessive execution. The hook is clear. You get what you relentlessly grind for, not what you casually wish for. Legends are written in extra hours, in the sweat-soaked silence where excuses vanish and effort reigns. Most people settle for average because average is comfortable, familiar, and crowded with company. The extraordinary live alone at the edge, showing up without fail, rain or shine, doubt or fear. If you want to win in a world built to hold you back, decide now that showing up is non-negotiable. It means arriving early, staying late, pushing harder and smarter with every challenge. There's no shortcut to domination. You must be the one who refuses to quit when others check out. The hook, nobody cares about your intentions if there are no results. Motivation guarantees nothing. Luck delivers only to the prepared, and connections fade if you can't outwork even your own expectations. Every time you grind while others rest, you add a layer of resilience, confidence, and reputation to your legacy. Show up not just to participate, show up to outshine, outperform, and set a new standard. Winners treat every task as a battlefield. They attack big projects with force, but never neglect the details that build their reputation over time. While everyone else gets lost in distractions, you stay locked on your mission, adding effort every time your competitors slow down. Don't aim for perfection, aim for relentless improvement. The hook here, every minute you spend hustling, you're stealing ground from the lazy and timid. Industry is a competition, and the one who works hardest always pulls ahead. Turn hard work into your identity, not just your strategy. People should see you grinding and wonder what secret weapon you possess. Let them guess, let them make excuses, but never let them outwork you. When the mission is clear, turbocharge your obsession with disciplined action. Count hours only to break your own records, measure results only to raise your standards higher. There's no finish line for the relentlessly ambitious, only the next level to conquer. Most will look for hacks, shortcuts, and gimmicks, praying for views, followers, or sales. But the true keys to winning are showing up every time, when you're tired, when it's boring, when nothing is working, and especially when everybody else has already quit. Outwork your past self, your rivals, and the crowd. The hook effort compounds every day. It's invisible at first. No applause, no recognition, just repetition. Then one day results explode, and those watching claim you're lucky. You'll know the truth: you outworked every single one of them. You must make effort your calling card, your reason for waking up, and your fuel to keep moving when nothing else makes sense. Rejection, setbacks, and criticism are invitations to work harder, to sharpen your skill, and to prove your power. Nothing worthwhile comes without sweat. The difference between those who dream and those who dominate is simply who shows up and puts in more work. The hook is unmistakable. The world always bends to those who outlast, outsmart, and outwork everyone else. Decide now that you will be the last man standing, the first to start and the last to stop. Outwork everyone, and your name becomes impossible to ignore. That is the reality of legends. Their victories are built on a foundation of discipline, sweat, and unbreakable commitment to showing up no matter what. So here's the deal. Don't wait for motivation. Trust the grind. Make discipline your religion. Outwork every competitor. Don't just show up obsessed. The process is brutal, but if you want to be remembered, you've got to embrace it and go all in. The weak complain. The strong work. Decide which team you're on. The process is calling. How hard will you work to answer? The legacy is waiting for those who trust the journey and work like hell to reach the top. That's how legends are made.